We just passed a new farm bill. We are working with USDA on implementation of the new farm bill, and its focus is on crop insurance, as you know. It's critical that we maintain a strong safety net for agriculture while enhancing conservation programs and focusing resources on fruit and vegetables and livestock. That's all included in the new farm bill. But we must also attain adequate water supply for the next generation of farmers. Our rainfall is most abundant in the winter and spring season in Kentucky. We get nice rains. It goes through our streams and our river system on into the Mississippi and into the Gulf of Mexico, gone forever. When growing season comes, many times we have drought. We certainly are short on water supply, not only for agriculture and growing purposes, but for the municipalities that are in Kentucky and small towns that struggle for an adequate water supply. So my questions today, first one is, do you feel the current farm bill that creates a safety net for farmers with a larger focus on crop insurance, coupled with a conservation program, is the right approach? And my second question is, how would you help both Kentucky farmers and rural communities access more on-farm water supplies and reservoirs? This is not an environmental question. This is an attainment question, or being able to secure more water. So, Secretary, I think you go first.
Yes, sir. I'm happy to go first. Is that it, or do we need to alternate?
Am I wrong on that? I'm wrong? Who goes first? Senator McConnell.
Oh, okay. Well,
That happened.
the Farm Bill.
Sorry.
Well, let me say this about the Farm Bill. It's probably not as good a deal as a 400 a day tour bus, but it's a pretty good deal. And it moves us away from direct payments and in the direction of crop insurance. This year, the prices for corn and soybeans are going to be down, and so you'll have an early experience with the crop insurance. If you're in the livestock business, you're going to like the prices, but if you're in row crops, you'll probably be depending on the new crop insurance program. I think it was the way to go. I hope it works out well. And I think this particular farm bill has a lot of potential. My opponent mentioned the lapses in the farm bill. Well, nobody was disadvantaged by any of that. And it was part of the inevitable legislating that goes back and forth, maneuvering for advantage. And had we not gotten the farm bill when we did, I don't think it would have been as good a one as it actually was. And in every one of these legislative matters, people are sort of pushing and shoving for advantage. But I think we ended up with a good farm bill. I actually, in the fiscal cliff deal, also was responsible for a one-year extension of the previous farm bill until we could get to this particular agreement. So I think the biggest threat we had on the farm bill on the floor of the Senate was an effort to eliminate crop insurance for tobacco growers. It was a heck of a fight. I led the fight to oppose the effort to get rid of crop insurance for tobacco growers, and we won. But there are ongoing challenges with tobacco into the future, even with the program behind us. The animosity towards it continues, particularly with regard to this administration's animosity toward tobacco and any kind of trade agreements or any kind of interaction with other countries, which I will be consistently opposing.
Okay, thank you.
No one was disadvantaged. I take issue with Senator McConnell's very statement. You see, I've been in the western part of our state and seen the eyes of a burly farmer swell up with tears at the thought of not having crop insurance. I've talked Indeed, with the farmers in the western part of the state who were worried that the lapse that happened on Mitch McConnell's watch of our Farm Bill would have a negative impact in their ability to plant for the upcoming season, worried that they would have to take the family farm to the bank to be able to meet the needs and demands that our farmers face each and every day. An honest day's work for an honest day's pay. That's what our farmers expect. But what we have is a senator that doesn't show up to the Agriculture Committee meetings. We have a senator that doesn't actually speak up when bipartisan legislation is formulated. He doesn't actually show up when it comes to the conference committee. I take issue with the senator's comments regarding hemp. There's only 2 people, according to Chairwoman Stabenow, that have ever talked to her about agriculture here in Kentucky. It's our governor and myself. The hemp amendment came from a Democrat in the House. The Farm Bill, the 2014 Farm Bill, it's an amazing bill, but no thanks to Kentucky's senator. He's so out of touch with Kentucky, he can't see that there are farmers and farm families that were excruciatingly disadvantaged over the weeks that the lapse of the Farm Bill occurred on his watch. The Farm Bill is a jobs bill. It keeps 120,000 Kentuckians employed. It helps to curb our deficit. And yes, it strengthens crop insurance, and that is tied exactly to conservation requirements, which are a good thing. But we don't have a senator that's showing up at the meetings regarding the implementation of our Farm Bill. Most recently, a May 7th, 2014 meeting where the implementation of the Farm Bill was discussed, Kentucky senator missing in action. The 2014 Farm Bill, well, and future farm bills, our farmers deserve to have a senator that will show up, stand up, and speak up for our farmers. There is a pathway forward, a pathway especially to increase the waterways for our farmers, but it requires a senator to actually give an honest day's work for an honest day's pay. Thank you.